books. Yeah, I would guess that. But also values my opinion, which is why I'm in a tough spot. I kind of feel like a jerk too, because if this is my one problem, then I should be able to deal with it, right? The lovely Nia should probably weigh in on this also, if she's not asleep. Thanks, and go fuck yourself. Well, unfortunately, she's not here. Yeah, I would just, I don't know, one time when she's not wearing makeup, just tell her how pretty she looks. And just tell her that you love the way she looks. You know?
I will have order.
Just start there. And gradually, you know, build up her fucking confidence. And, I don't know how you could ever just say, you know, you wear too much makeup. If you just said it, just... how would you say it? Well, let's get to the truth of the matter. You're obviously attracted to her. You obviously think she's beautiful. But she wears so much makeup. Yeah, if a woman wears too much makeup, they can start looking crazy. Then also, you know, they give you a hug, and it's just like you have, like, the imprint of their face. You know what I mean? What's that called, a stigmata? What's the thing when you have fucking Jesus' face on you? Ah, Christ, I always have to look... You know how many times I fucking looked up this word? It's a fucking great song, too. That's stigma. All right, stigmata is a term used... Oh, Jesus Christ, this is all this religious shit. It's a term used by members of the Christian faith to describe body marks, sores, or sensations of pain in locations corresponding to the crucifixion wounds of Jesus Christ, such as hands, wrists, and feet. Oh, give me a fucking break. What the fuck is wrong with people? Jesus is in me and my hands fucking hurt. I mean, can you fucking imagine? Let's just fucking say, okay, for the sake of fucking argument, that Jesus Christ is a real person. And that shit happened to him. For you to fucking sit there and be like, oh, my fucking hands hurt. You know, do you realize how insulting that is? To fucking J-Star there? You know? This guy had fucking nails. Isn't it in his arms? If you did it to his hands, the weight of his fucking body, they would have ripped off. Didn't they actually do it in the fucking wrists? Between the radius and the ulna? The fucking agony that this person went through, and you're gonna fucking sit there, oh yeah, I kind of feel it too. How fucking self-centered are you? Alright, so she wears too much makeup. Yeah, I would just say, yeah, I would just tell her how pretty she is. You know? And rather than saying you wear too much makeup, I would more phrase it like, you know, you don't have to wear all that makeup. You know? You should show the world your beautiful face. You're covering it up. So I would go in a very positive way. You know? But I would just ease into it. I would just, when she's not wearing makeup, you just keep telling her how pretty she looks. You know what I mean? And then hopefully she'll get past that. Because that's a sad thing if someone's walking around, they don't like how they look. I don't know. People are fucking nuts. I think the internet makes people even more fucking nuts. Just sitting there looking at all these people, all these Instagram people and all this fucking shit. It drives people, you get a little crazy. All right, can women go to bachelor parties? Oh, God, what? What? Is this going to become a thing? All right, hey, Billy Blue Balls. I'd like your advice on a disagreement my best friend and I are having. He's getting married next fall, and we are very close. We've been great friends since college, and we are so close that him and his fiancée just asked me to officiate their wedding. The disagreement is about whether I should be able to go to his bachelor party in Vegas. I'm a woman, but because he's my best friend, I think I should be able to go. He wants the bachelor party to be men only, and I understand this to a point, but at the same time, by virtue of how close we are, I think I should be able to go. My friend and I are big fans of your podcast and have agreed that if you read this on air, whatever your advice is, we'll take it. So if you don't think that I, the best female friend, should be going to the bachelor party, we'll agree to it. Love the podcast. Hope you come to Boston soon. Thanks, and go fuck yourself. No, you shouldn't, because I thought this was a guy going to be bitching about his male friend that wanted to bring a woman along, and the first thing I was going to say would be like, I don't agree with that, but at the end of the day, it's this person's bachelor party, it's their wedding, so you just gotta, you know, I would just shut up about it, but I would break his balls for the rest of time. Like, this is my best friend. He had a woman at his bachelor party. No, it wasn't a stripper. So I would give the same advice here. This is not your bachelor party, and this is not a time for you to throw a hissy fit and ruin this thing for him. He has the bachelor party the way he wants. I think it's really cool that you guys are best friends, and that you're going to, I think it's enough of an honor that he's going to let you speak, you know, as his best man. I mean, that's pretty fucking amazing. Officiate, whatever. Oh, you're going to do the vows?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's going to officiate the wedding.
Oh, all right. Yeah, there you go.
That's huge.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So
I was, do you care what I think?
Only if you agree with me.
I agree with you.
And that's why this relationship works.
I totally agree with you.
Okay. My wife.
I can understand why she'd want to go, because it's like, hey, I'm your friend, I want to go, but like.
Yeah, just say what you say. Don't stir her fucking brain up again. All right. You shouldn't go.
Yes. Respect your best friend's wishes and not go, because he's going to want to do some shit. And
hey, yeah, you don't get extra credit. You don't get extra credit for saying what you already said. All right. Every once in a while, to me, and I kiss you. All right. I actually went out tonight and I saw the great Tommy Tiernan at this place called the Gilded Balloon, and he's an absolute legend in Ireland. Irish guy, absolute legend there, all through Ireland, all through fucking Great Britain, and into Europe, and it was great, man. It was fun to be an audience member, just sitting there watching an absolute master up there, storyteller and all that stuff, man. It was so cool. And I just got to hang out and enjoy. But you know what fucking sucks? The number one fucking thing that I cannot stand about going to a live, to anything where you got to have these rows of chairs. I just got this perfect seat in the back, right? No problem. There's like one row behind me. I deliberately sat in the back, you know, because I want to get the whole thing. I want to watch him do his thing. I want to see the crowd react. I want to see, you know, I just want to take the whole thing in, right? And I'm sitting there, and it's right before the fucking show starts. Just like every time you go to a movie, like, oh, thank God, no one around is talking, right? And then the fucking loud cunt comes walking in right before the lights go down to show the coming attractions, right? The same thing happened at Tommy's show. Everything was great. I'm chilling out. And then I never really got a good look at this guy, but this guy just sounded like the biggest mouth-breathing moron ever. He sounded like his diet was horrible. He just drank and boozed. He was like having problems just breathing. And then when he laughed, you could just tell he was dumb. He just sitting there going like, and he'd go, the whole fucking time. And then if he would inhale like too much like that, then he would cough, and I would feel the wind on the back of my neck like every third or fourth cough. So now I'm totally like lean forward, because, you know, it's Tommy's show, it's fucking sold out, and I gotta lean forward like I don't know what, like I'm playing catcher or some shit, and then I gotta kind of look up, so my neck is fucking killing me. I can't lean back, and the guy, it took every skill that I have of blocking people out, which my skills are terrible, to try to make this guy not ruin the show. Fortunately, Tommy was so fucking funny, I was still able to enjoy it. But the guy behind me was so annoying me that even when he would laugh, because he had such a dumb laugh, I'm like, this, you didn't fucking get what Tommy was saying there. He's too fucking brilliant for it. He's sitting there going, that for a fucking hour. It was like a Mel Blanc voice, you know? Which way did it go? That's what it reminded me of. Is this still fucking recording, or did it turn off?
Hey, is this bad? I was watching last night when I was ignoring my wife being a fucking child myself. And they were interviewing these homeless people who have like no place to go and all of that type of stuff. And they were just saying, you know, we sit here and we see people shopping for Christmas, and, you know, I'm thinking like, you know, I wish I had a family. I wish I had somewhere to go. And it was making me feel bad. But, you know, I just went to one time they just interviewed just the lazy homeless person who was just like, yeah, you know, I just never liked having a job. And one thing came to another, and I ended up out here, and, kind of sucks in the winter, but overall, it's not bad. For as much as I wear the same pants every fucking day, I can take a nap whenever I want to. I don't have anybody telling me what to do, right? I'm eating, drinking, I'm fucking hanging out, just sort of existing. It's still gotta suck. I think it'd be better to be homeless out in the woods. At least you're enjoying nature, right? If I was fucking homeless, I'd be homeless down near like a ballpark. Now, where can you take a shower? The big thing is you gotta take a shower. You know what'd be awesome is if you knew someplace where you could shower and a place where you could steal new clothes every 4 to 5 days. And then you could just sort of walk around and just not have a fucking job. Sleep outside. You get used to it after a while. I mean, when you really think about it, as much as they're homeless, aren't they just sort of cavemen in the modern day? I mean, we fucking slept outside back in the day. Native Americans slept in teepees. You had a little bit of shelter. You can't tell me like a box isn't in the same family tree as far as shelter. It's lower than a teepee or a fucking cave. Like when they do the coaches like tree, like I was telling you, where Paul Brown in his coaching tree was Don Shula, Bill Walsh, Chuck Knoll, Bud Grant. Like say like the cave, you got the cave. And the family tree off of that's got to be the fucking teepee, the wigwam, the cardboard box, refrigerator with no door on it, right? That'd be an interesting series, The Upside of Being Homeless. I think it's even better if you're like just, if you're sort of a booze hound, I don't mean like just like killing yourself. I just mean like shit-faced. Like every day you drink like you're going to a game. And you just get fucking hammered, right? And you're just sort of hanging out on the street. I'm sorry, people. I'm trying to, this podcast started out so negative. I figure I'd take something negative and maybe put a little sunshine on it. Like I tell you, who's crushing it? People who are homeless in Santa Monica. You're literally homeless where people vacation. Or like Marina Del Rey. Just walking around looking for a boat nobody's been on in a minute. Right? You curl up on the deck. Just laying there. Arr, matey. All right, maybe it does suck. I think it would just get exhausting after a while because I've locked myself out of the house, a couple of times. More times than I would like to admit. And I got to tell you, just sitting around outside is, it's fucking exhausting. It's probably why cavemen were never fat. A lot of people think it's because they didn't eat as much, but it was just that exhausting, the stress of not having a door that you could just fucking close and lock and know that nothing was going to come along and eat you. I think that stress alone. Did I just invent a new diet? Hi, everybody. This is Bill Burr. I have a new diet for you. It's called the Remove Your Front Door and Go to Sleep at Night diet. You'll wake up every 8 seconds, and the stress of it, there's got to be something in there. You throw in yogurt and just say probiotic, You ever wonder why our ancestors were in such great shape? It's because they were in fear for their lives 24/7. Even when they were sleeping, their metabolism was still going because at any second they realized that they might have to outrun a wildebeest. Right? If we could just somehow get back to that. 3 days a week, if you just removed your front door and went and fell asleep on the couch closest to the front door. You know what that reminds me of? I remember one time I met this shady chick on the road and we fucking hooked up and it seemed everything was cool at first and then like she started telling her story. You start steering the conversation towards sex, you know what I mean? Just shit you do in your 20s, you don't have any game. And she started telling me how oh God, going back so far. When you talk to a woman, right? You start talking to them about sex, okay? And they're open to it. And you ever had that experience where you're like, oh yeah, here we go. It's all set. And then it just passes that tipping point to be like, all right, well, I got, obviously going to wear a condom. It's not that bad. All the way to the point of like, holy fuck. All right. You know what? I forget it. This was a bad idea. That's what happened with this person. Was open and was discussing things. And I don't know how we went from, hey, I think you're kind of cute, you want to hang out, to her telling me that she hosted a sex party And I was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? She goes, I hosted a sex party. And she said, I said, what's a sex party? And she goes, well, you rent out all the rooms on the same hotel floor, and then everybody just leaves their doors open and people just walk around going in and out of each room, and you just fuck whoever's in there. So at that point, I decided that, all right, I don't know if I have the level of protection. I don't know if they make a condom for that. So, we did things that there was no way that you could catch anything is basically it. And then I didn't know how to get her out of there. So we fucking fell asleep. And this is when I was really introverted and didn't know how to say what the fuck I was thinking. I remember she was sleeping on the right side of the bed. And it just so happened my watch was on that side nightstand, and I was on the other side of the bed. And I swear to God, I woke up like 58 times that night. Just kept getting up, looking, seeing her there, and making sure the watch was there, rather than just being like, listen, can you just get the fuck out? I wouldn't say get the fuck out of here. But I bet I lost a lot of weight that night.
Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Byrne. It's time for the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, July 4th, 2016. How's it going? Happy birthday to the United States of America. Happy birthday to the United States of America. Happy birthday, United States of America and the North American continent. Happy birthday to you. What's going on? And thank you for the well wishes of happy birthday from all the other countries around the world that realize we are the best. Huh? You think you got fat people? Huh? Take a look at that. Beat that, motherfuckers. What else you think you can beat us in? Huh? What do you want to have? What kind of fucking battle you want? Oh, you cunts around the world, you stole our jeans. All those cool American jeans, you guys would defect from your country just to get over here to get a pair of button fly fucking 501 blues. Remember that shit? All of a sudden, couple of fucking wars and everybody forgets how much you loved our jeans. That's, that's just typical. Yes. That is just fucking typical. Fucking England coming over here, stealing, re-fucking cycling our fucking music, walking around like they're doing something.
Hello.
Redoing the fucking music from the people that we didn't accept.
We were just saying.
Fuck are you guys doing?
Intel from the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Anyways,
Big time treasure hunters.
I'm having a great 3-day weekend. I'm not doing shit. I am,
Some say that the
I'm back in the workout mode, so the needle is pointed in the right direction. Old Freckles is going down. Fucking looked in the mirror last night and I could tell I was starting to lose weight. Made me feel good. You know what I mean? It's a fucking tough thing being a redhead. There's a really small window that you have to exist in or else the beatings start again. And it's really something you can't understand. All right, I'm all over the fucking place. I got a bunch of shit I have to do. I'm having some family over today for a fucking cookout. I'm going easy this year. Rather than trying to smoke something and blah, 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 and do all that shit, I'm just fucking going burgers and dogs. Burgers and dogs, the way it used to be, before the fucking Food Network showed up and everybody's got to be like a top chef. Remember when you were growing up, that's what it was. It was burgers and dogs, and everybody was fucking happy, right? Till the booze started going around, then, it got a little sideways, but, I mean, it happens. So, yesterday, had some friends over. We had some cigars, right? And you know the deal. It's like, all right, your buddies are coming over. Your wife's going to be like, how are they going to bear? Even if they're cool. Like, my wife's cool, but there's always going to be an element of, how are they going to bear? They're going to be loud? Are they going to be upstairs and downstairs? It's like, yeah, I'm having people over. Do I do that when you have a little twat party? Do I? If you have them over for your fucking wines and you're all sitting there laughing with your high-pitched fucking voices, you don't think that that's putting cracks in the walls? I don't fucking bitch about it. I go down to the old fucking hardware store. I get out the spackle, right? And with every little cackle, right? Another fucking line in the wall. You don't hear me complaining. Got my putty knife out. Oh, you have a good time, ladies, right? Anyways, so we were hanging out. It was actually fucking hilarious because I'd gone out and I bought, got some Cuban cigars. Oh, what a fuckhead. I cleaned everything up, right? The thing, what you want to do, this is what I've realized when you're living with a woman. What you want to do is you just go all out, right? I cleaned the fucking place up, okay? I even like the deck on the back, like I fucking hosed it off so there wouldn't be traipse and dirt in and out of the house or whatever, right? And she's sitting there going like, wow, you're really going all out. Yeah, there's a reason. Sam Kiddison, there's a fucking reason. There's a fucking reason why. Because what you want to do is what you're doing is you just put yourself into a position where you did absolutely nothing wrong. So when they complain, because they're still going to complain, you got all of this fucking ammo, right? I cleaned this whole fucking place up, right? Cleaned out the back porch, down the backyard, the whole fucking thing, cleaned it up. And we're having family over here today, which was another great one, to be like, well, I'm also doing it for your family, right? So, I'm doing all of this shit. I got the booze. I got the fucking, the outdoor patio furniture. I got everything all cleaned up. I got an ashtray upstairs. I got one downstairs. I got the backyard lights on. I got the whole fucking thing. I got the music. I got the whole thing. And then at like 6 o'clock at night, I realized I didn't get cigars. I bought cigars, but I don't have a humidor, and I said I was going to pick them up, and I had this fucking panic attack because it was Sunday before the 4th that they were going to close, and it was 6 excruciating rings before they picked up, and I was able to run down there and get them, right? And they showed up. I ordered some pizzas and all that fucking shit. And here's the best part, right? Here is the best part. My wife went to sleep, right? We're smoking, we're telling fucking stories. I got all these orange sodas for myself, right? And it turns out everybody there wanted one because it had the real sugar and it went great with the cigar. I'm telling you, Cuban cigar and the Fanta orange soda is the shit, right? They drank all my orange soda, so I had to drink grape soda like a fucking 6-fucking-year-old, right? So, anyways, the end of the night. I fucking cleaned up everything. You wouldn't even fucking know. You wouldn't know a goddamn. You wouldn't know that a fucking soul was here. And that's what you do. All these fucking married guys who sit there, oh, yeah, it's not fucking worth it. It is fucking worth it. You just have to do it perfectly. Right? You go all out. You clean up the fucking place. They come over. You have a great fucking time. When you leave, you fucking clean the whole place up again. What can she say? What is she gonna say to you? You're not allowed to have friends? Little things like that, because I've had buddies of mine coming over here like, going, dude, you fucking, what are you doing? You did all that and you fucking wash the dishes? There's a genius behind what I do. I'm talking shit here. I'm drinking throat coat tea and I'm talking shit. What can they fucking say? Then what it is if you do everything perfectly, then they're leaving themselves totally exposed if they start complaining. That all they basically can complain about at that point is that you have friends and you invited them over to the house. All right? And they know they don't have a fucking leg to stand on, so the bitching goes down by like 90%. Now, if you have your fucking friends over and you leave the fucking ashtray out and there's footprints all over the fucking place, they can make it about that. When the real thing is they don't want you to have friends. Right, but they can hide behind the other shit. But the real thing is they don't want you to have friends. And they want to slowly kill you so that they can, have the house to themselves. And if you, go to the obituaries, there's a bunch of guys dropping around 58, 59, 60. And that's what happened. What really happened was they had friends over and they didn't clean up, which gave their wives the window to bitch them into an early grave. And now they're sitting there in the fucking house having a hell of a time, right? Getting to play the victim, getting all the sympathy cards, and eating all the pound cake. And that's a fact. You know, coming with the truth here on the 4th of July. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyways, so afterwards, right? So we're drinking sodas. I'm stone sober, right? And everybody leaves except for one of my other buddies. And he wasn't in AA, right? The older you get, the more your friends just fucking, they quit. You know what I mean? They just fucking quit. It's like being a lifer in the military. Everybody doesn't sign back up. All of a sudden, you're the old guy. You know? Fucking walking around. Where the fuck all my friends go? Right? Walking around all sad with your fucking Smokey the Bear hat. I didn't hear you. So he still drinks. So they leave. So I get out the giant fucking ice cubes. I pour a couple of Johnny Blues. Out of fucking blue. Right? And, you know, he has to drive. So he's doing the little sippy cup shit. And I live here. So I'm doing the home pours. Right? 1001, 1002, 1003 seat, right? One of those pours. So I have a couple, 2, 3 of those. I'm feeling good. And, you know, but I'm not, I cleaned the whole fucking, dude, when I cleaned all the leftover pizza, I wrapped each slice individually in foil, and then I put a letter on it.
Would be nice.
P for pepperoni, S for sausage, M for fucking margarita. Took the pizza boxes out, put them in the recycle bin. Took out the fucking chemicals. Fucking sprayed down the counters. You wouldn't fucking... That goddamn forensic team of forensic cunts with their fucking dusters would come in, would have no fucking idea anything happened, right? Thank you for all the tweets, by the way. The fellow supercar lovers out there that enjoyed those clips that I sent you of those fucking insane cars that those Saudi Arabian kids in their 20s fly over into London. Watching those kids zipping around in those cars made me go on YouTube, and I was watching a ton of clips of, you know, those cars versus each other, all these tests, you know, test drives and reviews and all of that. I gotta tell you something, man. There's a lot of fucking jerk-offs out there that have these fucking cars. There was this one kid, it's just like, I mean, you would think that this guy was into like some Comic-Con shit, and he's just like, you know, what's up, YouTube? You know, they always have that. Is there anything worse when you just want to find the clip and then you get sucked into somebody's fucking stupid TV show on YouTube? You know, okay, guys, so here's the deal. This guy has a Lamborghini. It's like, I know, you fucking cunt. I don't need you to tell me about it. Somebody told me about it, which is why I'm on here looking for this shit. I'm sorry I'm not yelling the way I usually do. That just the people next door have a little kid, so I'm trying not to scream too loud here. That's my number one fucking thing I cannot stand. Everything else about YouTube I fucking love, you know, but I hate how they have that. Like it'll be like whatever you want to fucking watch. Like whatever the latest thing. What's the latest thing that happened? I'll say that swimmer there, right? The bonghead guy, right? With the fucking, you know, the 20-foot body there, right? He was giving that guy the death stare. I saw a clip. It's like so-and-so gives so-and-so the fucking death stare. So, what do you think I want to watch? I want to see this guy give the guy the death stare. And every fucking thing I hit on YouTube, and it's just, what's up, YouTube? Okay, so, as we all know, the swimmers, and they like act out swimming, and they're trying to be all like fucking interesting, and stepping towards the camera and coming back. It's just like, you fucking mono-browed cunt. Just show me the fucking clip, you know? And then what the worst thing is once the clip's out there, then every cunt out there then has to do some fucking remix of it, and they think it's going to be fucking hilarious, and some of them are, but 90% of them stink, you know? I don't know. Did you guys see, you ever see the remix of the Tourette syndrome guy who totally didn't have Tourette's, he was just acting, but he was still funny? Somebody sent me that one on Facebook. That one was funny. I'll say that I enjoyed that one. Sorry if I'm a little fucking curmudgeon here, man. I'm fucking, this weather's really, it's really getting to me. What's going on in the world of nothing? We have another controversy, everybody. What is it? What is it? Is it that the oceans are fished out? Is it that our food supply is slowly being turned into poison? Is it that there's maybe like, what, 3 fucking banks left? Is that what it is? No, it isn't. Some fucking guy who plays Captain America and another guy who plays fucking Electric Man, or whatever the hell they play. I don't watch these fucking movies. These superhero movies. They were asked to describe some character, the Black Widow,
and they jokingly said, she's a slut, she's a whore, right? And everybody's all fucking up in arms about it, and they have to apologize. Nobody has to apologize for fucking drilling for oil and actually accidentally ruining the fucking water supply. They don't even have to answer questions during the town meetings. They just send somebody down there to stare at the person who's now fucking glowing green because they had the nerve to take a shower in their own fucking house. There's no apology coming from there. But these guys here who walk around in fucking underoos and make some stupid-ass joke, right? At the end of a press conference. Listen to these fucking morons. Somebody wrote, well, it's nice of Chris Evans and Jeremy Renner to let us know they're super gross. Oh, can you imagine driving across country with somebody who says super gross? And misogynistic. Way to go, bros. Another one. Oh, dear. Now that Jeremy Renner and Chris Evans are making tasteless jokes. No, now Jeremy Renner and Chris Evans are making tasteless jokes about the only woman in the franchise. Chris Evans and Jeremy Renner, recent comments on the Black Widow were beyond disturbing and misogynistic. Unreal. So then they both had to issue apologies. The guys who walk around in underoos, right, and eat fucking proteins and salads so they can tuck their guts into these fucking tight suits have to issue an apology about making fun of a fictitious woman. Yesterday they were asked about the rumors, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Here's the apologies.
Yesterday, we were asked about the rumors that Black Widow wanted to be in a relationship with both
Hawkeye and Captain America. Can you believe this is an actual apology? As the actor who portrays Hawkeye, I'd like to apologize to the character Black Widow for suggesting she was a whore. You know what I mean? You know what I love? I love that they're acting like there are no whores. That word exists for a reason. You know? There's whores. I'm in Louisiana, fucking New Orleans. I'll show you a whole fucking street of them. Does that make me misogynistic? This is the dumbest... Anyways, I liked Renner's apology. He goes, I'm sorry for that tasteless joke about a fictional character. I'm sorry that I'm sorry that this tasteless joke about a fictional character offended anyone. Can you read between the lines? You fucking morons. That's what I feel like he's saying. It was not to be serious in any way, just poking fun during an exhausting and tedious press tour. These guys were asked the same 5 questions for like 9 hours in a row. And then they called a woman who doesn't exist a fucking a fucking whore and a slut. And now they have to apologize. As real people, they have to apologize to real women about the fictitious woman that they labeled as a whore. You know what I mean? You know what's funny? Is that if there was actually a real woman walking around doing half the I don't even know what Black Widow does. But let's just, if they live up to the photo, what does a Black Widow spider do, right? It fucking bangs a guy, gets his juices in him, and then fucking kills him. You know what I mean? You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like that movie Monster. Right? And what did she got an Oscar for that? I want to see that. I want to see a guy who plays a gigolo and goes around and murders fucking hard-up housewives. I want to hear that be called a fucking brave performance. It was so brave. He didn't wear any aftershave during that performance. Have you ever seen that movie? That movie's one of the funniest fucking movies ever. They literally turn her into a victim. You know what I mean? And in the end, like this love story, she's sitting there crying, and I'm supposed to, cry with her because she didn't find love? This murderous sociopath? But she wasn't wearing makeup, and she was killing men. So evidently, that's a wonderful thing. Anyways, finally somebody rational. This woman wrote, if you're offended by that joke that Renner and Evans made about a fictional character, please reevaluate your life and relax. Exactly. Someone else wrote, Renner did not sound sincere at all. Does he really owe you an apology? Huh? Are you a superhero? Being a superhero and a female has always been difficult for me. First of all, I possess no superpowers to speak of, and I don't know if there's a second, but if it is, I'm sure it's harder than whatever guys go through. Can someone apologize to me, please? Anyways, who gives a shit? I mean, come on, they're actors. They're all whores, right? Do you think anyone would want to walk around in those fucking suits?
You know, your fucking package all fucking, you know, snuggled up there. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? I'm waiting for them to somehow then do something on white males. I actually read one thing was saying, look, sure, they were both joking, but considering they're white males, and then it just becomes, let's take the thing that we know is a joke and now take it seriously. Which is going to bring up, I'm sure, the whole argument that if a guy sleeps around, you know, he's called a stud. If a woman sleeps around, she's called a whore. And that totally makes sense to me. And I'm allowed to have this opinion without you fucking having your hair fucking curlers go flying across the goddamn room. All right? Fucking relax. My opinion does not affect anything. All right? I go along with that because there's no skill level involved in a woman getting laid. Is there? I'm not saying you can fuck anybody you want, but you can go out and get laid. I don't think it's that goddamn difficult, you know, unless, you know, I don't know what your deal is. Unless you're so fucking, you know, annoying you would have to be. Guys will fuck anything. Why is that? I don't know why. But all I know is as a guy to get laid is a fucking skill. You got to learn how to do it. You got to have like a fucking, you got to have a good 1,000 at bats under your fucking belt just to at that point, if you're lucky, you're hitting about $140. And if you look like Ron Howard, like I did, I mean, you've already been sent down to AAA. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's unfucking believable. What a fucking waste. I'm wasting time on the podcast talking about this. This has become like an every week thing. Like, I don't understand who the fuck they're even apologizing to. The people that comment. That's just ridiculous. You know what? I'm never going to see another one of his movies until the next person offends me, and then I'll forget what they said, and then I'll go see their movies anyway. I have a bone to pick with my wife. You know, I subscribe to Rolling Stone magazine, okay? And this sounds like I'm just telling a story while actually making money off those cunts. I'm not. So, you know, fucking, the magazine comes today, and it's that fucking guy who does the talk show, who fucking drives around with Adele and he sings songs and shit, you know what I mean? It's very, like, musical theater, like a slumber party can break out at any second, okay? So he's on the cover. Essentially looks like he's not wearing any clothes. He's laying stomach down, holding like a little sock teddy bear. You know what I mean? You know, that today's male. How we went from Lee Marvin to that, I don't know what the fuck happened, right? So there's that dude, and I'm fucking cracking up going like, how hard is this guy working his female audience? Jesus Christ. It should have just been like a bubble over his head going, oh my God, you guys! Right? He's fucking eating some pudding. So anyways, I'm just sitting there laughing, and Mia's cracking up too. Yeah, I don't give a shit. That's how he wants to live his life. God bless him. You know what I mean? But it's fucking hilarious. Maybe that was the purpose. Okay, but anyways, so somehow we talk about it, and she said, well, last week Jared Leto was shirtless on the cover. And I'm going, really? Really? I don't remember seeing that fucking issue. She fucking swiped it. I'm really talking shit here. I'm going to have to bring her in for this. And I was like, well, what'd you do with it after she goes, well, I just read the article. I was like, I bet you did. You fucking animal. So there you go. So my wife is, I think, mentally cheating on me with fucking Jared Leto. And you know what? Can you get mad, though? I mean, that would be really hypocritical of me, because, you know, if I see a girl with a fat ass and some titties coming down the street, you know, I'm going to literally almost break my neck turning around to look at her right in front of Nia. And I always say, well, what do you want me to do? You want me to sit here and be like all these other guys and fucking, you know, out of the corner of my eye, like literally like strain my fucking whatever, the ACL of your eye, whatever the fuck that's called, your little eye tendon, looking at, you know... I've been telling for years. If you see a good-looking guy, just look at him. I know what I look like. I know where I am in the scale of 1 to 10. I'm in the middle of the pack, right? Lance is up front. I'm fucking in the back, you know, with all those other fucking people, you know, in the pendulum, whatever the fuck they call it. I don't understand those people. They really got to be sitting in the middle of the pack going, why are we doing this to ourselves again? You know, why are our legs like 15 sizes the size of our arms? People who ride on bicycles for a living, it's fucking unbelievable. Like, their legs look like Wile E. Coyote when he took that Acme shit. He drank those pills. It's one of my favorite ones where he runs really fast and it's just the flames going down the fucking road. That was the shit, but like it did nothing for his upper body. That's what the guys in the Tour de France look like. You know, their arms look like little 7th grade arms. You know, like, everybody in my grade's taller than me, Mom. That's what their arms look like. But their legs, they look like Earl Campbell. I don't know, what am I talking about here? Anyways, yeah, I was saying, you know, so it's like, I don't mind that you went and fucking, you know, fucking curled up with your little Jared Leto modal fucking magazine cover, but, you know, you don't got to sneak around. You can say, like, hey, Bill, this guy is way better looking than you, so I'm going to go downstairs privately and look at this. I get it. It's healthy. Every once in a while, right? Anyways.
Anyways, here we go. All right, Bill, my girlfriend is addicted to sex. All right, collectively, every guy listening to this. Aww.
Stabilize.
Hey, Bill.
Order Gaijin.
Just wanted to let you know if you had
Don't waste my
just want to know if you had any advice related to my relationship with my girlfriend. As you probably read in the subject of this message, there doesn't seem to be a downside to the situation, but there is since she can't control herself. Recently, my girlfriend visited me from California for a month, and every day we banged on the kitchen floor, shower, bedroom, backyard, etc. Up until the last day, it was great until we got into an argument. She kept trying to walk away and break up with me without a real reason until she told me why. Apparently my girlfriend can't wait more than 8 months without sex. And after 8 months, she doesn't care who she gets it from. This worried me and pissed me off at the same time. We ended up staying together, but I won't see her for a good while. No idea when. Now my worry is that she will cheat on me with other people during the time we are apart. Oh, and by the way, I live in Texas. I would love some advice from my favorite comedian. I would trust your instincts here. Yeah, listen, you can't get mad at her for the fact she told you what her deal is, okay? She needs it. She needs it all the fucking time. She lives in California. You live in Texas. She actually was doing you a fucking favor by trying to break up with you because she doesn't want to cheat on you. And, I don't know if this is just naturally how she's wired. I don't know if it's an issue. I don't know what the fucking deal is, but all I know is the way she is, and she lives in California, and you live in Texas, and you don't know when you're going to see her again. Yeah, you got to let this one go. All right, you don't need that. Anytime, you know, you're with somebody, you're trying to have a serious fucking relationship, and you know, you can't be away from them for a certain amount of time, or they're going to fuck somebody else. I mean, I don't think man or woman fantasizes as that for any sort of significant, serious, or lifetime partner. So I would, hey, you know what? You had a good time with her, and I'd let her go. She's out in California. Let her go do whatever the fuck she's gonna do, and I would try to find someone that's a little more wired like yourself, and see if that works. All right.
You know, one of the worst fucking things ever is to be a beautiful woman, you know, and you're with a really successful guy, you know, and you just go around to parties, and then you just stand next to the guy going, is he going to introduce me? Is he going to introduce me? You get one time, you say, hi, and then you just stand there. The other night I did a gig, and there was a scene afterwards, and there was all these fucking, you know, rich people with their beautiful wives, and I don't know. I just started watching the wives after a while. I don't know. Why don't they peel off and talk to each other? It's sort of a weird thing where they just got to stand there, smiling. You can see their face hurting. You know, their feet hurt from the fucking pump. It's fucking brutal. If you're a beautiful woman, what you should do, you got to marry like a fucking 6 who just can't believe that he's with you, because he'll let you go out and wear some fucking flatties, some moccasins. You don't have to jack it up in the air and stand there smiling next to him. Like one of those fucking psychos on The Price is Right, waiting to fucking act like they're amazed about a washer and a dryer. You gotta stand next to your fucking guy who's wearing a sport coat trying to cover up his fucking man tits, and you gotta sit there smiling like you're happy. You know, putting your fucking makeup on like some clown that's about to be shot out of a fucking cannon. You don't need that shit. What are you doing? They gotta start. I tell you, these fucking good-looking women that marry these really successful guys and then just stand next to them smiling, you know, for the whole fucking evening. Like a stewardess at the end of a flight, except it takes 4 hours for everybody to get off the plane. Goodbye. Thank you for flying. Hi. You know whose fault that is? It's their fault. It's their goddamn fault for getting yourself into that fucking position. At some point in the relationship, you got to say, listen, hey, Mark, sit down. We got to talk. Guess what? Fucking Susie ain't putting on the shoes tonight. All right? Deal with it. Not standing next to you, smile. You want to go to a fucking brunch and stand next to me smiling with some aftershave on for fucking 4 hours? I didn't think you did. Shut up, I'm not finished. At some point, you got to have that conversation, you know? I'm not trying to be mean here. This is supposed to be empowering. I'm saying you have the power to not just fucking stand there smiling like a goddamn... I don't know what it is. You know? I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't even know if I saw that or I watched an episode of House of Cards. You know, House of Cards, I lasted like 3 episodes. I just got sick of him fucking turning to me, talking to me. It's like, dude, will you just live your life? Stop talking to me. That right there is the Secretary of State. He doesn't know that I'm fucking his wife. Oh, shut up. I get it. Just stop talking. What is this, the Wonder Years? For adults? Oh, God, I'm in a grumpy fucking mood. And I love Kevin Spacey. Why would I say these things? Because I'm mentally fucking exhausted, and I got another 8 minutes where I got to run my fucking yap. Running my yap on the Thursday afternoon podcast, talking about issues. What else? I don't know that I have anything else. I still haven't watched Peaky Blinders because I'm trying not to drink, and there's no way to watch that show and not want to fucking start just pounding. Maybe I'll wait till like the 4th of July. You know, I'll just watch. That's what I'll do. That's a good way to spend the 4th of July. I'll ignore my wife and just get blind drunk watching a show that she can't understand. You know? I put on the subtitles, but Nia's just not into it. She just doesn't give a fuck. We actually had this argument the other night, right?
Order.
She goes, when we go to bed, right, she puts on the TV and she always has her shows on. What's fucking hilarious to me is she's always coming at me about my temper and my yelling and flipping out, screaming at lamps and shit, or yelling at the TV or my computer. Ugh. Me and my computer, if you ever heard the way I yell at my fucking computer, you know, like that couple that just needs to fucking break up? You know, we got it in my neighborhood, dude, I'm telling you, like fucking 2 houses up. They've been very good lately.
Solidified.
You know? But I'm telling you, there's like times like you're literally like waiting to hear the gunshot. It's like just fucking insane the way they scream at each other. It's the most unhealthy fucking relationship, you know, I've ever heard. And I got to be honest with you, man. You know, sometimes I hear it and I go out on my porch and I just listen. You know, light up a cigar and just enjoy it like it's a show. No, I'm fucking with you. I don't. But anyways, so she's always getting on me about my temper and shit. You know what's fucking hilarious? Almost every fucking show she watches, it's just a bunch of people screaming and yelling at each other. Those reality shows that are just wall-to-wall clams, that's all. I mean, you would think all these feminists out there who are sitting there trashing men up and down, all the bad stuff we do to them, admittedly. You know what I mean? We make you stand next to us and smile for an entire fucking party. You know, oh, I'm sorry, this is my wife. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the person I committed my life to. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not even acknowledge that you were fucking here? They deal with that all fucking night, right? All of that bullshit. I know we do that shit, but you would think that these fucking feminists, right? You think that they would have issues with these fucking reality shows because the way they depict women is, I don't give a fuck how many pairs of shoes, how big the fucking house is, how much jewels they got hanging off of them. They're still gonna bitch. They're just fucking bitching each other out. She was watching one of these shows, right? And there was just like, I don't know, 15. It seemed like there was 15 or 20 of them. So you know there was probably just 3. But that's the amount of noise a fucking woman can make, right? 3 of them will sound like 15. It's like their defense mechanism, because generally speaking, they can't beat the shit out of men. But if they just start complaining, it just sounds like a platoon and you back down, right? Instead of giving all 3 of them one of those Mo slaps, you know, when all 3 Stooges would get slapped at once. Anyways, one of the episodes I saw, like, you know, like I said, it sounded like 15. So realistically, it was probably like 6 of them, right? They went to like Rome or some shit. And I'm thinking, all right, finally, they got these fucking women out of this cul-de-sac. Now they can be excited to be in Rome. They go to fucking Rome. They do the same goddamn thing.
I will
You know, this bitch come up to me, start talking about, it's like, you're in Rome, you dumb fuck. Go look at something. Go eat some food. I know it's just a show, but whatever. She watches that shit, and I'm just laying there. I hate the fucking show. I'm trying to go to sleep, and I just, you know, she just watches these fucking shows where they scream and yell at each other. Now she's watching a fucking show that's about a show that's a show that's like that. It's a show about one of those reality shows, like The Bachelor.
solidify.
You know what I mean?
Will have order.
I don't know. What the fuck do I know, right?
I'm out of it. So, this is going to be a rough one. And I'm plowing through this. Even if it fucking sucks, I'm not stopping it and re-recording it like I did last week. Because that ended up getting me in trouble. That's how I started talking about that Dr. Laura shit last week. And I got to say, for the first time, maybe the second time ever, I'm nominating myself as Douchebag of the Week. Because last week I actually supported Dr. Laura because I had no fucking idea who she was. And,
I will have order.
you know, I was having a rough time doing the podcast. I needed some fodder. Somebody sent me an email. What do you think about this? And I watched like a 10-second clip of evidently a 5-minute clip. And I just thought she was imitating something she saw in Def Jam. So I was like, well, she's quoting it. She's not calling anybody that word, but the and all that bullshit. And then, Jesus, the fucking emails came in from evidently from my 14 podcast listeners. Evidently, like 6 of them are African American. And yeah, they read me the riot act in different stages. And I gotta admit, they were fucking right, because I didn't, you know something? My uninformed logic is usually funny, that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I go off on shit, and I realize that race probably isn't one that you should probably do that on. I didn't know that she was like Rush Limbaugh with a cunt. I had no idea. I just, you know, I didn't know the fuck she was. I thought she was some soccer mom with a podcast, you know? And she was like, all the crazy kids out there are fucking blah, blah, blah. I had no idea. So, all right, fucking eggs on my face. But anyways, yeah, so I got fucking trashed. I took a little heat off of Mel Gibson, I bet. But he got a couple of less fucking hate mails last week. So I apologize. I don't know who she is. I'm not going to apologize for my stupidity. But in the future, when it's something, you know, race-related, I will try to be a little more informed. All right? Well, I got to find this fucking email where this guy fucking trashed me. You know, he said, let's see. He goes, it starts off good, just trashing me, which I totally get. He goes, just like in your bit you did about the Jimmy the Greek thing, it's best for white people to just leave it alone. Dr. Laura may be old, but she's aware enough to know what happens to white people when they say the N-word or bring up racial supremacy theories. See, that's the part of the tape I didn't watch. I showed up late to that rally, you know? By the time I showed up, they'd already put the cross out, you know? Everybody's hoods, they took them off. It was a hot day. I didn't know what I was walking into. I thought it was like a fucking, you know, AA meeting or something. They were all over by the table having donuts. It's my fault. I came in late. So anyways, he said the podium comes out, so I'm surprised you defended Dr. Laura in this case. That's what I got a lot of. I'm surprised you defended her. Because I watched 8 seconds of the tape, because I'm a moron. I don't understand why there's any debate about why any debate about racial inequality always comes down to comedians and Def Comedy Jam. I don't think it does, but evidently in your world, maybe it does. I've heard this argument before. Well, black comedians say this and that about white people and say the N-word. Why can't I? Is it fair for minority comedians? And all basically all that shit. Trying to get to this part here. So then he was talking about this documentary he saw where some comic was saying, making a joke. This is actually a good joke, where white people are like, why can't I say the N-word? And then the dude was like, oh, it's Chris Rock. Well, why do you even want to say it, right? Great fucking joke. Totally makes sense. And then the punchline is, I've sailed the world. I've fucked Raquel Welch. If I could just say the N-word, my life would be complete. And then this dude writes after that, he goes, I think that it bothers white people because you're not used to being told that you can't do something. White people used to be able to do and say anything they wanted. Now there's all these rules. Isn't that fucking, that part of the email, that's where it just went off the fucking rails for me. You know what I mean? It's like, I totally get it. She's a fucking idiot. I didn't realize it because I watched that short little clip. I shouldn't have support that shit. And you're offended by that, which I totally get. And then in the end, you make some dumb generalization about white people. See, we're all the same. We're fucking morons. Jesus Christ. I've sailed the world. Fuck Raquel Welch. See, that part's the joke. But this here is what he writes. Bothers white people that you're not being used to being told that you can't do something. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we just run around doing whatever the fuck we want to do. It's great. Jesus Christ. That's one of the great stereotypes. Is that we're all Kennedys living on fucking Martha's Vineyard rather than fucking, the majority of white people. Aren't the majority of white people sitting in cubicles? Not living their dream, drowning in a sea of fucking debt, trying to get health insurance? Isn't that the majority of fucking white people? Evidently not. Evidently, according to this guy, white people have yachts. Sailing the world. All 300 million of us. Did you see it during the Gulf War, the Gulf spill there? That was one of the biggest problems. All those white people, all the 300 million white people with our fucking yachts just sailing around. Oh, it's so awesome to be white. You can just walk, you can do say whatever you want to do. It's fucking incredible. That's an argument I've gotten into with, I think every fucking, female comics, black comics, every fuck, they just go, yeah, it's easy for you. All you got to do is show up, man. Oh, yeah, that's all it is. I don't even audition. I just lay here, and they call me up. And I'm like, why did you give me that part? And because you're white. Here you go. You don't have to work for shit. That's that classic. That's that fucking double standard right there. Okay, now we're opening a whole nother can of worms. Let's talk race for the next couple of weeks, people. This ought to bring out a lot of ugliness. That's that classic fucking, that's one of those statements, if you flip that thing, what you just said there, that generalization that you made of white people, that basically we just sit around and people just give us shit and we can do whatever the fuck we want to do. You're basically going to define us by the Illuminati. If you flip that around and somebody white says that about another race of people, then they're in like a Mel Gibson situation. All right? Now, I'm opening this up for discussion. I'm not opening this up for fucking rednecks to come on here and be like, yeah, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not saying it like that. You know what? I like that this podcast is this difficult. Now you guys can relate to me. You're sitting there in your goddamn cubicles on a fucking Monday. Unless you're white. Of course, you're out on your yacht, chatting it up with a Kennedy. Hey, when's the stock market going to crash again? Give me the heads up. Don't tell the Puerto Ricans. That's what it's like. That's exactly what it's like. There's not white people working farms, slaves to corporations. Nah, not at all. Not at all. All you do, you don't have to get up. You don't have to get up. I spent 9 years in bed just because I was white, and they just fucking hilarious. I made more money then than when I worked. That's how great it is to be white. It's so fucking easy. And thank God for people who aren't white, who've never been white, to tell me what it's like to be white. It's fucking awesome. Let me tell you something about being white guy. This is how good it is. Oh, yeah? What are you, reincarnated? Is your name Frank in another life? Is that a white guy name? I don't fucking know. All right. So anyway, I've pissed off a bunch of people, and this week. I felt fucking horrible about that. Even though I've been kind of a cunt again this week. That's what I do. You know, you came back, didn't you? You know, I don't know any better. I'm just a white guy laying in bed. I can't remember the last time I've had disappointment in my life. It just doesn't happen. Just doesn't happen, you know. You know, sometimes the sail on my schooner will break, and I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ. And then I call the government, and I say, hey, can you send me another one? They're like, wait a minute, what color are you? I say, I'm white. They go, oh, there you go. Right on the way. You know, I agree with the first half of the email, this guy I'm making fun of, but I would love to send this guy my fucking taxes. I really would. All right, so there you go. That was my roundabout apology. No, seriously, I really felt bad about that. I felt like an ignorant ass. And rather than just immediately come on and apologize, I left it up there for the week so I'd get my nice pounding from everybody. And yeah, you know what I mean? I fuck around. I say a lot of fucked up shit, but I'm trying to start your week off right. I'm not trying to piss you off. Although there's probably a lot of women out there who would fucking disagree. But, you know, it's comedy. You know, people get hurt. That's how it fucking works. This is the worst apology ever. But it's coming from the heart, all right? So go fuck yourselves. That's how we got to end it, all right? I grew up with no hugs. So if I'm trying to be fucking nice, it has to end with go fuck yourself.
Hey, Billy Dope. Billy the fucking Dope. Can women forget Mr. Nice Guy persona? Hey, I'm really having a difficult reading today. All right, big fan from Lithuania. That's another one on the list that I got to get to. You're a great comedian. It would be great if you ever decided to do your stand-up here in the Baltics. That will happen at some point in my career. Hopefully sooner rather than later. All right, the guy says, I got this dilemma. Can a woman forget your past as a nice guy? One of my former classmates is coming back to my hometown on summer vacation for a few weeks, and let's say I'd like to get intimate with her while she's here. Now, the thing is, when we were still in school, I had a mad crush on this girl for years. However, shit didn't work out because I didn't know how the life works, how the females work, and also I was a little bitch, Mr. Nice Guy. I'd beat my younger self if that was possible. All right, you're doing some good therapy here. But over the years that I've spent in our capital city, I can safely say that my view and attitude towards females and masculinity has changed significantly. What do you think? Can a woman brush off the image of a nice guy, or are you forever marked with the certain character traits in her eyes? Yeah, I think you're kind of fucked. Just put it this way, like, take like the actor that played like Urkel or something like that. It's like you typecast, you know? And Urkel could literally become an army fucking ranger and then leave the military, and when he went to go do a fucking action movie, they'd be, fucking Urkel, give me a fucking break, right? It just... The problem is, what you got to do, look, you always got to take a bat. What you're going to have to do when you get up there is you're going to have to crowd the plate. No, kid. I would just be, you're going to have to be significantly different to raise any sort of intrigue in her. You know what I mean? Because she probably just wants to meet up with you, you know, have a couple of ciders or whatever those drinks women have when they know that they're not going to fuck you, you know? One of those fucking, I want to feel warm. You know, they have that stupid sweater that covers their hands, too, and they drink it with both hands out of a mug. You know, and it's just fucking over, right? They're like, you know, hitting more on the waiter than they don't even listen to you. You're going to have to, like, I don't know what you got to do. Go buy yourself a Raiders of the Lost Ark leather jacket. You got to try to come in and act like you've been fucking doing... So this is the thing. This is what's going to fuck you, is you want this woman too bad. All right? You got to not give a fuck. Don't be a dick, but just go in there and just, hey, what's going on? What have you been up to? You know, and then talk up some of the shit you're doing. You know? I don't know, look at your phone. This broad, she's driving me crazy. I got the ladies all over me. I don't know, dude, I don't know what to tell you on this one. Once you're typecast
It's fucking over, dude. You got to go behind the camera here. You got to start directing or some shit, because I don't know what to tell you. You're, this is what I would do. Just know this. Going into it, you're fucked. All right? So there's no pressure. Who gives a shit? And, I don't know, make her laugh and just tell her, you know, I always had a crush on you, but I used to be a bitch, but I'm not a bitch anymore. So what do you say? What do you say you come over here and jump on my fucking... No, you can't go that way. But, yeah, I would... Yeah, man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. You know, maybe that's it. Just trash your former self. Yeah, I used to be a bitch, you know? I don't know how to do it, dude. You know what? You stumped me. Somewhere in there. I think the whole not giving a fuck and then trashing your former self and then just telling her that you had a crush on her. Who knows, dude? Maybe, I don't know. There's a chance maybe she liked you back then, or... I don't know. Women got that thing, though, dude. Once you're the fucking friend, it's over, dude.
Stabilize.
It's over. You're fucking, Oh, the lovely Nia. Nia, you know, we need you. Me and this guy from Lithuania. I'll tell you really quickly. Grab one of those cords. All right, Jesus. All right, as you're plugging in, I'll tell you. This guy basically in Lithuania, he used to be a bitch when he used to be Mr. Nice Guy. So he didn't get any of the nice, as Tracy Morgan would say, right? So he whatever. He had a crush on this chick, and she got put in the friend zone, as Chris Rock would say. I'm just going to quote every black comedian here. And you plugged in? There we go. And you're putting the windscreen on. And it's really loud and annoying to the listeners.
Oh, I'm sorry,
there we
everybody.
Go. The lovely Nia, everybody.
Hi.
Yeah, so basically, he had a crush on this girl. He was a nice guy. He got put in the friend zone. And now she's coming back to town. He's now lived in the city. He understands the male-female dynamic better.
Okay.
And the way he's wording this, he's been doing all right for himself. But he still wants to bang this woman. His question is, once you're in the friend zone like that, is it possible to get out of it?
Absolutely.
It is? Oh, wow, okay, because I was going like, I don't know. I was saying you're like typecast. You're like Urkel. And now you want to be the star of an action movie.
You know, but yeah, no, I think you can, but it's all predicated on your behavior. Like, you don't gotta all of a sudden start acting like an aloof jerk or anything like that.
So I told him to buy a Raiders of the Lost Ark waist-length leather jacket, maybe get a hat. Is that...
And a whip?
Yeah. Is that bad?
I just think maybe you're a little less available, perhaps. You know, it can be a thing where she'll come to town and be like, "Oh my God, like, let's go here and and I want to do this and you know, oh yeah, definitely. Well, let me know when you're around. Yeah, maybe we can grab a drink or something. Keep it cash, and don't go in there like, so I've been fucking a lot of broads since you left." Not like that, but just as she's talking about her life, you talk about your life. Yeah, I've been seeing some girls here and there. I don't know, nothing too serious, but I've been having my fun. But anyway, what's going on with you? You look good. Like that. Like
Nia. Bam. That was good.
Oh, were you enjoying that just then? That little interaction?
No, I enjoying the advice.
Yeah, okay.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was I was stammering. I was like, you might have to just fucking. I said, your best thing you got going is you got no shot. So just don't give a fuck and just go in there and just be like.
But I think that's also true too. You have to not give. You can't go into it with expectations of anything.
Yeah, you either fuck her or you don't.
I think you just be normal, be a friend like you have been. But I think I have a friend who often gets friend zoned, and I'm always telling him that he needs to make himself less available because he always makes himself available.
What does that do psychologically to women
always
when you're less available? Because I have my theory, and I know it'll be considered sexist, so I'll listen to yours
I
instead.
think it's the same with men and women. If you're less available, like the people want you more. I think that's just how life is. People like the hunt. I think men like the hunt a little more. So I think you should.
I never liked the hunt.
Really?
If someone was like a fan, I'd be like, oh, hey, I'd be like, yeah,
You're not a hunter?
I was like,
you're more of a gatherer.
No, I was just more like, I hated when women played hard to get. It was it got so boring so fucking fast. I was just like, I'll just go rub one out. And then I'll go watch a game. And then, you know something, then you're not worth the fucking trouble.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I just always found that, like, because I remember when I would just start to walk away, and then these girls would be like, "No, you're supposed to blah 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 blah." I was like,
yeah.
I didn't get the script. Am I in like some fucking awful play right now?
Right.
I walked away from a lot. My number could have been so much higher. I should have chased. I didn't chase. I just tapped out. I'd be like, all right, yeah, you know, if you don't want to, I understand. You know, I wouldn't fuck me either.
Oh, honey.
All right. Oh, no, don't say that about yourself. People like you. All right. Last one. Here we go. Dating an older guy. Oh, hey, Bill, I'm a 22-year-old female from Slovenia. Slovenia? Modal? Thank you for the podcast. It makes me laugh out loud, which not many things can do. That's fucking great. I would love to go over there at some point also. That Eastern European tour is going to fucking happen. I just have to have time in my schedule. Because all of those countries I've never been to. From fucking Lithuania and fucking Astoria, whatever the fucking that other one is up there, all the way down through Romania and back up. All I know is if I can fucking somehow get over and then see all those countries, get a bunch of different stamps on my passport, I'm into that shit. Plus, I heard one of those places like Prague or something has all those Art Deco, all that Art Deco furniture that all the places over here, they order it from for nothing and then jack it up over here. What am I going to do? Buy a desk over there and then ship it fucking around the world? Like I'm going to save any money? That's a stupid idea. Anyways, I'm 22 years old. Oh, okay. I would love to hear your take on my situation. I'm a university student and I play sports professionally here in Slovenia. Keeping busy, working out about 8 times a week. My first coach since I was like 12 years old is now my really close friend. Oh my God. His name isn't Woody, is it? He's since moved on to coach internationally. I almost said couch. Coach internationally, but we still keep in touch. He knows me from when I was a little girl, and he used to always tell me I was like his younger sister. But recently I noticed he switched his approach. Gross! He's a 35-year-old single guy. Oh, my God, the fucking red flags. I can barely see the type here anymore. And he only comes to Slovenia in July through August. We were always able to talk for hours, tell failed attempts at dating to each other, and generally get along better than I have ever got along with anybody in my life so far. He's always making me laugh, compliments my personality and how good I look, but never in a creepy or disturbing way. Okay, all right. My experience with guys my age was never like that. I'm not trying to say I'm too mature for them, but I would always compare them to him, and they would mostly bore me, and connection was never there as much as it is with him. I feel like boys my age are pushovers, at least those I had experiences with, and I feel they couldn't offer me in a relationship more than this older guy offers me in just a friendship. Yeah, and also when you're 35, this guy's going to be 50. So there's also that. And then you're still going to want to go out, and he's going to be ready for nap time. So, know that. Too. You know, he's 35. He's almost out of the league. If you're an athlete, you know what I mean? 35, that's when you're going to start taking the illegal drugs, you know, to hang around for an extra couple seasons, right? Anyways, she says, we are hanging out a lot during this summer, and I feel more and more vibes and attempts from him. He takes me out to eat and drink. He is always asking me somewhere. I know he's putting the moves on me. My issue is that I know we are in different stages of our lives. I know he wants to get married and have children too. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. You're 22. You got the whole life ahead of you. When the fuck did he start hitting on you? Yeah, no, this isn't fair. This is like shooting fish in a barrel. You've known him since you were 12. No. Stay away from this guy. This is how I know this guy's a creep, because even I wouldn't do this. Okay? Fucking walk away, sir. Stand down.
I most certainly am not ready for anything like that. Children and all that shit she's saying. I like to drink, go out with my friends, getting compliments from guys, all to soothe my self-esteem, which is not fully developed yet. Exactly. I'm still finding myself, and I know you will interpret this as I want to fuck around. No, I don't. But this is not really the case. I actually want to find a right person and fall in love. Well, you're very mature for your age, actually, 22. I'm dodging his attempts and usually laugh him off when he puts the moves on me. Get away from this guy. I don't want to read this. It's making me uncomfortable. Yada, 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 yada. I don't give a fuck. Fuck this shit. Fuck this. She said, sorry if that was hard to read. My English is a little rusty. Your English is tremendous. Yeah, stay away from this guy. All right? I can't even... that was so disturbing to me that I can't even remember if he's still currently your coach. Anyways, I feel more vibes. Wait a minute. Where the fuck is this thing? I gotta find it. My first coach since I was 12. He's since moved on to coach internationally, but we still keep in touch. All right. I don't know when the fuck he moved on. But what was he? He's... No. Yeah, fuck that. All right? Listen, this is what you gotta hold on to. Okay? The fact that you feel the way that you do and you're 22 years old, there is somebody out there your age that is like you. And if it was easy to go out and find love, everybody would find it. All right? But the problem is you know, you gotta go through a bunch of mistakes first. All right? So, I don't know you, I don't know him, but this is not the person. You're gonna settle down. Don't fucking do this. Don't do it, all right? He's got way too much of a mental advantage on you at 35 and 22, and he could really fucking hurt you. I say you deal with the fact that you find guys your age are not mature, and you're going to run into somebody who is. You sound like you're really good looking, you're into sports, right? You're getting these compliments when you go out, so you probably have like these fucking YOLO douches hitting on you. What you need, you know what you need? You need a nerd. I think you need a nerd. Go find some fucking kid that likes to read, you know? He probably has an idea to build an app, whatever these fucking kids are doing. That's what you want to do. You don't want to go fuck around with your 35-year-old creepy... I really want to get married and have kids. Oh, do you? Do you? That's why you're hitting on a 22-year-old, you piece of shit? Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. All right? I would, stick with people roughly your own age. All right? And that's coming from an older creep like me. So you know it's good advice. Oh, shit. I had the fucking greatest set I've had in fucking months. Saturday night at the Comedy Store in the main room. There was this chunk of material I've been trying to work out. I finally said it in the right way. And then I came home. I was so confident of it. I played it for my wife, and even she laughed. And that's the deal. When you try something new, this is the litmus test. And I don't even know what the fuck that means. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Litmus? Latmus? Modal? Right? My fucking test is I then play it for the lovely Nia. And if she fucking laughs, you can make your fucking wife get behind the new shit that you're doing, then you know you're onto something, you know, because in general, what they do when they first meet you, they're like, oh my God, you're amazing. And they just fucking pump you up, right? So you start going like, wow, she's really cool, man, right? And then once they get you, once you're fucking in the relationship, once you give them the ring and you get married, then they fucking just grab the reins and start yanking back. Whoa, Lily, whoa! Right? They start yanking the fuck back. Not because they're jerks. It's just out of fear. He's going to do something new. He's going to find something new. He's going to find somebody new. That's what they do. Unlike guys. Everybody knows that men are totally secure with who they are. I'm just doing this right now for any guy who's listening to this podcast next to a woman, just to listen to her going, oh my God, how can you listen to this guy? He's such an idiot. Let me tell you something, lady. All right? And don't look at him right now because he's not saying this. I'm talking to you, sweetheart in the background, shaking your fucking head at your man who's going to die before you. Let him have his laughs, okay? What you feel right fucking now is what a man feels when he comes home and you're watching those Botox squawking fucking whores, okay? Doing the recap of their fucking season with that Andy Cohen or whatever his name is.
That fucking genius. He's like the gay Byron Allen. You know, where they just found a show where there was no show. Everybody was like, there's no show here. And the genius of that guy to be like, yes, there is. It's not enough that you got a bunch of screaming whores yelling at each other that someone's going to sit down and watch it every fucking night. The fact that he then does the recap and just sits there. You don't have to write anything new. They do it for you. He just sits there and effortlessly hosts the show. He's a master. He just sits there and he has this fucking set list like a comic, but all it is to get these women yelling at each other. And he just watch the brilliance of that man. He just fucking sits there, and if it's fucking simmering, he turns up the heat, you know? You know, in episode 4, Kathy, she said she had some choice words in the moment. That's all he has to say. Oh my God, when she called me a fucking cunt. And then she goes, and he just fucking lays back like Ali, right? And when he was fighting George Foreman, he just lets these women start fucking punching each other out, and they run off set, and he sits there. And this is the brilliance of this man, is he sits there and he actually has a look on his face like he truly gives a fuck. Like he actually gives a shit about these people. He's just sitting here going, that's great TV. There we go. That just sold some toothpaste, and he's just fucking raking it in. Look at the guy. He looks like $1 million. A lot of people don't know this about that man. He's 83 fucking years old. You know? Everybody talking about Dick Clark, how great he looked right to the fucking end. Yeah, well, close to the end. That, I should have said that. But fucking, you know, whatever. We all go out like that, right? But, he's fucking 83. A lot of people don't know that. You'd think the guy was like, you know, like, whatever. What, 37? I have no fucking idea. There's got to be people hosting real shit that's fucking difficult. Going, why the fuck didn't I just do that? What he is he's doing a sophisticated Jerry Springer. You know, everybody's sitting down. There's no punches thrown. They scream and yell. They cross their legs. This is one thing I'll say about the Real Housewives. Their fucking legs are incredible. It's fucking amazing. Their legs are like fucking 22-year-olds. Their fucking faces. Woo! You know? Jesus Christ. And I got a lot of fucking nerve saying this, considering the way